Hello everyone, my name is Jonah and welcome back to another review. Today I'm finally bringing back the reviews, but not just bringing back the reviews, but I'm also doing my first ever unboxing for the channel. I've never done an unboxing on this channel, so it's going to be a new experience, and hopefully a lot more of these are going to be coming very soon, so hopefully that can happen. So for the first ever unboxing, we're actually going to be doing something a little bit different. As you can see, it is not a locomotive. It is something that's a part of train layouts and it's not the trains. This Sunday I was able to get my hands over these amazing buildings from Menards, because my layout really needs a lot of these buildings because my layout is very unfinished and there's still tons and tons of stuff to add to the layout. And so for me to have a building like this, it's definitely going to be giving me confidence of getting more and more in the near future. But this isn't just any normal building. This is actually a very special building. Today we're going to be reviewing the Menards Gold Line Collection Dave's Garage O-Gauge collectible building. This is a absolute amazing building to get, and it's very special because there's only one place you can get this, and that's at Menards. There's nowhere else you can get this thing. It's only available at Menards, and this is something that's very special about this building because, or it's not just about this building, but with Menards having their own train line, train product line. And what's very special about this product line is that there's stuff that's only available at Menards and nowhere else. You cannot get it anywhere else, which is a pretty crazy thing, but it's also a very nice thing because, like, you would expect, Menards just to be a hardware store and so forth, but it's not just that. It's also a train product line as well, and it's absolutely amazing that Menards has this type of thing, and I'm excited to hopefully get more of these stuff from Menards. And of course, this isn't the only thing. This is not the only thing that Menards does. They also do cars as well, like freight cars and so forth, which is very nice as well. But starting off with this building right here, which is the Menards Gold Line Collection Dave's Garage O-Gauge building. Now, of course, as you guys can tell, that I have, of course, or my main layout is of course O-Gauge, and I never got one of these buildings before, so this is a pretty new experience. I have not taken this thing out of the box. The only thing I have done is done the staples on the sides that hold down this plastic shell on top. So we're gonna go ahead and unbox this guy. But before we do that, we're just gonna go ahead and take a look at a few of the decals on the box. Like, as you can see, if you look on the bottom, it says Dave's Garage O-Gauge Collectible Buildings, Menards Gold Line Collection, limited edition, only available at Menards. There's some labeling, of course, the price label. On the back, you have quite a bit of stuff to look at. Of course, you have exterior lit by LED lights. Features a die-cast tow truck with working headlights, and includes Vincent signage. And of course, this is a theme that they have on basically all their products, which is going to their email or signing up for their emails so you can get news about the O and H O-Gauge product news and products announcements, which is very nice because I'm definitely gonna probably be doing that soon because I'm looking forward to seeing what other products they have in stock. They're gonna be having what they're gonna be having over the next following years and so forth. As you can see on the bottom, you can actually get the building dimensions, which is 10. Well, you can actually can't really pronounce that, but you can go ahead and pause the video so you can look at it if you're curious. Of course, there's the choking hazard and so forth. So yeah, basically that's basically it. Of course, we on the front, you have like basically saying the stuff that's said in the back. Die-cast tow truck with working lights, pre-lit by multiple LED lights. We're gonna be getting to that too because I actually have the wire, or actually the plug that actually works in this guy. And when we get further into the review, I'm gonna be talking about that and saying what I do like about these Menards buildings. I'm gonna be going to be talking about further in the review. All right, enough of the showing around the box. Enough of the showing around the box. Let's go ahead and unbox this guy. I have not unboxed this yet ever since I bought it, ever since I got it at the store. Um, and just from the first looks at it, it looks very, very nice. I really like, just from looking at it from the box, it looks very nicely made, and I really do like how well Menards makes their buildings. This is like one of the basic buildings. Like I've seen the other buildings that they made, like other scenes and so forth, that are really really nice. And um, when I was at the store, they actually had like both HO and O gauge. So I'm probably most likely gonna be getting stuff that are from both gauges, and so I'm definitely looking forward to seeing more of that in the near future. Alright, so let's go ahead and get a closer look on the building and see how it's check out all the details and decals that this building has in for stock. Alright, so we're gonna first start off with the signage on the front. So as you can see, you have the sign right here. As you can see, it says Dave's General Parts and Dave's Garage General Parts and Service. And as you can see over here on the roof on the front, it says Quaker Steak, which is the oil company, and then towing, tires, and tune-ups. As you can see from the front, there's quite a bit of stuff to look at. As you can see, there's a little sign right here that says Dave's General Parts, the same thing as the signs did, but these of course are like the little signs for like advertisements saying like the products that they sell inside of the store and so forth. Like if the like the gas station, like this is basically a gas station. Um, the gas stations of course have those shops and so forth, and of course there's something like products like soda and stuff. They would like have like advertisement and so forth about like what they're selling and so forth, and it would basically have these like all around the, the gas station and stuff. And just for this, it's only saying the name of the place. All right, so now we're gonna go ahead and take a look at the gas tanks. There, as you can see, there's only two at this gas station, but this is actually like double-sided. So of course, that's what gas stations are like these days. Of course, they have the double-sided gas tank, so you can access it from one side and you can access it from the other side. But these are like the old, like the vintage type gas tank. But this is like the vintage style. So like you can obviously tell that these are vintage style because gas pumps do not look like this anymore, and they're a lot more high tech than what they were back in the day. So as you can see, one of them is like slightly taller than the other one. So of course, I'm guessing that one gas tank, one fuel pump is like for like smaller compact cars like coupes and so forth, and then these are for like the taller vehicles like trucks and so forth. As you can see on the front, you have quite a bit of labeling on the signage right on the front. As you can see, it says regular right here. Of course, the Quaker steak on the top of both pumps. As you can see, you can actually see just with a magnifying glass, or actually with like a good camera like this, you can actually see what the signage is saying. Like glass must be full um, before and after delivery. Um, calculator, the sale, like $5.25 gallons, like 21 gallons it says, and computed at 0.25 cents per gallon, which is very nice. This is very nice because you can actually see like just with the magnifying glass, or like having a camera like this where you can actually see like the signage and everything. This is very nice, very nicely made, because you can actually like read all the signage on things, which is very nicely made. What's very nicely made about these pumps is that the hoses are actually not are actually like made up of rubbery plastic, so they're nice and flexible, and they're like the actual pumps that you actually see. Here's a look at the taller pump signage. As you can see, it's basically the same as the other one, but I'm just gonna show you anyway. As you can tell by both pumps that they're both made differently. Of course, this one says regular, so like for regular fuel, and then the other one is for something else, maybe like diesel or something like that. Because you can obviously tell that it's made or it looks different from just the regular pump. And now we get to the other side with the tow truck. So as you can see, the tow truck is it's a Ford. It is a Ford pickup truck. It looks like a Super Duty or like a F-150, something along those lines. And as you can see, this is basically like a die-cast toy, but this is actually like especially made for the set because it actually says Dave's Garage General Parts and Service, which is very nice. It's basically like a normal die-cast toy, like a normal die-cast car, but the thing is that it's actually labeled and for the set, which is very nicely made. So as you can see, the diecast is what you would normally expect for a normal diecast toy, um, but of course, what it did say on the box is that the headlights didn't light up on this tow truck, which is pretty nice. And we will be taking a look at that later in the video. Here's another look at the tow truck from the side angle. As you can see, it says towing tires and tune-ups. The phone number 1715-380-0017, and then the logo once again. As you can see, right in the corner, there's a little Goodyear logo on the side of that door panel. And of course, on this tow truck, there's a light bar, and of course, everything that you would expect for a tow truck is in the back, which will get a better angle when we get further into the video. Before we get to the main area of the gas station or of the garage, here's a look at the back of the tow truck. As you can see, it's basically anything you would expect for a normal die-cast toy. As you can see, if I can reach my hand in here, some of the stuff does articulate. If I can, as you can see, this is something like that you would normally see from like you would normally expect from a normal die-cast, of course, which is pretty nice. And you can, and if you ever desired, if you wanted to, you can always take this car off, or you can always take the truck off by just like screwing it on the bottom. But of course, you still have the wires attached to it, so there's not really much you can do about that. And now we get to the main back area of this building. So as you can see, we're starting off on the left side, and there's quite a bit of stuff to look at. So next to the tow truck, of course, we have the garage itself over here. As you can see, the garage door is right next to the tow truck, and for some reason, I'm not too sure why it's like this, but I don't really have too big of an issue about it because there's not really anything back here. But it's kind of just out of curiosity that the garage door does not have any plastic inserts for the windows. I'm not exactly sure why it's like that, but I'm still okay with it because there's not really much back here. But either way, it's still curious to know that there's no plastic inserts. Just above the garage door, there's a little molded in lamp on the top. This is now part of the light up feature. As you can see right here, there's a little Goodyear barrel sitting on the side right next to the garage door. As you get on the roof, as you can see, there's a big Goodyear sign. Of course, Goodyear has basically been like the set. There's been quite a bit of advertisements on this garage, in this gas station / garage, like Quaker State and Goodyear, like the type of companies that you would normally see nowadays. But of course, like they were also well known back in the day as well. As we get to the back once again, or take a look at the back once again, starting off from the garage door back over here, as you can see, they have two windows right over here, and these actually do have plastic inserts, so I'm not too sure why the garage door didn't have any plastic inserts, while everything else, like the windows, do. And right between the windows, you have another door, which does not open. It is molded in shut. And right next to that, right next to the door and right under the window, there's a little Quaker State cooler right here, which is pretty cool. Now, if you get a good look under the roof itself, you can actually see the LED lights that are lighting up everything that's in this area, particular area, which is the interior that the box was informing that this building came with. Now, what's a bit unusual about this building is that on the front of the building, as you can see, the bricks of the building are made out of plastic, but the bricks on the side are actually stickers. So I'm not exactly too sure why it's like that, but I do not have a problem with it. It's just a little bit of another curiosity thing to look at, seeing that like the plastic on the front with the plastic bricks like looking all normal, and then the sides are just stickers of just a sticker on the side. As you can see on the side, there's the main plug to light everything up. Now I have quite a bit to talk about for this plug. The thing that I like about these Menards building, even though this is my first ever Menards building that I've ever got, I actually really appreciate how they do their buildings. From any other companies that make buildings and so forth, what's very nice about the buildings that Menards make is that it's very, very convenient, because all you need to do to power this thing up and light it all up, all you have to do is just plug it in with this with a standard plug like this, and that's all you need. That's basically all you need, which is very convenient, and not really many other and I haven't seen any other companies do something like this where all you have to do is just plug it in, and it's basically just like a plug and play thing with this type of building. With other buildings, you have to like wire it up and everything, and it's not really convenient. But this is very convenient, and I really do like this design that they do, because there's nothing much to do. All you need to do is just plug it in and play. It's just basically a plug and play situation. And when I was at the store and I was looking at the other buildings, I actually noticed that there was a side. If you look on the side of the box, by putting it in just a little out of frame, as you can see where the plug was sitting on this area where this hole on the side of the box was, and so they actually had quite a bit of buildings lit up there, and they were all still in their box, which is very so you can actually see, which is very nice, because you can actually see how they look and how they operate, and it's pretty crazy that you can actually see how they operate while they're still in the box, which is pretty funny, but it's also pretty cool to look at. And it's just very convenient how they um, make these buildings very convenient, because of how simple it is to just plug it in, and then there you go, you have it all lit up. So once again, I'm very happy, or I'm very um, surprised to see to see a company do something like this, where it's so simple like this. And now the final spot of this whole building is the back. Now there's quite a bit of stuff to I do want to comment on. The whole back is actually cardboard. You can actually tell that it is cardboard by the little ridges you can actually see on the top. You can't really see it down here, but you can mostly see it on the green part, which is kind of surprising, because you wouldn't really expect something like that, because like everything else is made out of plastic, but it's kind of unusual to see the back the back just cardboard. Even though it's cardboard, it still looks very high quality. And they probably did this on purpose, because of, like, for example, one of the wires are not working, or like for example, if something is wrong with it, like the wire, like something's wrong with the wire, or the wire is disconnected or something. It's easy to access, because all you need to do is just unscrew. You just have to unscrew things, like unscrew 4 screws. Like there's 2 on the bottom, and then there's one right here and one right here. So it's kind of convenient, but it's also it may look not as high quality you expect it to be, but it's also convenient. So back on with everything else, as you can see, we have the rest of the roof up here, and then you have the vintage signage, um, and it described on the bottom right here, right down over here. So as you can see, you have the Quaker Steak Motor Oil certified guaranteed signage. You have Goodyear tires. We have Drink Mountain Dew right over here, and then of course the classic Pepsi Cola. Alright, so the last thing we're going to do is go ahead and plug this guy in and see how it looks. So when I was I was just testing things out and with a plug like this. So this is the plug that the um this is the plug that the building uses. And what's pretty crazy about this building is that it can actually use quite a bit of stuff to power it up, because you can actually just use a normal USB. You can use a USB plug like this. Like if you have a plug like this, like a normal standard plug like this that the building uses, but it's a USB version of those plugs, you can literally just get one of these little, of course, these like power cubes or whatever, or the adapters. You can just plug it in like that, and just plug it into the wall, and it just lights up, and nothing wrong happens to it, which is pretty cool. I didn't expect something like that to actually happen. Alright, so I turned off the lights, and it is actually pretty dark. I just have a one light in the background so I can actually see what I'm doing, but you can't really see it. So just use this as like, so this will be like of course this will be like a pretty ordinary scenario. Like of course, the sun's going down, and of course you're gonna be staying. Of course it's gonna be, of course, a late night, and of course you won't be able to have customers, and customers won't be able to see anything, of course, because it's nighttime and everything. So of course you're gonna have to turn on your lights for everyone to see. So let's go ahead and turn this guy on and see how it looks. All right, here we go. Oh, it's working for a second. Hold on, it might be my plug. All right, there we go. Wow, that's actually pretty nice. Those are very bright lights. Very bright LEDs. What's very nice about buildings like this is that it's all it's very LEDs are very useful because they're so much more reliable than fluorescent lights, and of course a lot more brighter, and of course work out with buildings like this. And as you can see, they are very bright, and also looks very nice as well. Though I do see an issue. The tow trucks. Oh, the box said that the tow truck headlights would light up, but the headlights are not lighting up. I'm not too sure why it's like that. I might have to see what's wrong and see if there's any wires disconnected or something like that. Um, but everything else seems to be working perfectly fine. But other than that little flaw, everything else seems to be working perfectly fine. And here's a good look from under, so you can actually see how well lit everything else is, and you can actually see the LEDs down here all lit up as well. As you can see, Menards did a very good job while making this product, because once again it's very nicely detailed, and for the price that I paid for it, it's definitely worth it. And because of the convenience of this building, like the simple plug just to power this thing up is also very convenient, and very convenient. And so there's a lot of stuff that I do like about this building, because of how convenient it is and how nicely detailed it is for the price. And for it to be, and for Menards to make products like this, I'm looking forward to get more buildings like this. Alright, so that's gonna conclude this unboxing. I hope you guys enjoyed this little unboxing of the Menards Gold Line Collection Dave's Garage O-Scale Collectible Building. Final thoughts about this thing, and what I think about them, of what I truly think about everything about this building from doing this unboxing. I think that this box, building is definitely worth it for the price that you paid for and that I've paid for, and for it to be a limited edition building and it's only available at one place, and for the price that I paid for, I definitely say that it's worth it. And for all the stuff that for all the stuff that it comes with, and also how convenient it is, I definitely say that this is definitely a very nice product to buy. And of course, if you're starting the hobby, or you're looking for buildings to get for your layout, like what I'm doing, I definitely say that this is a building you should definitely get for your layout, because you get a lot, for the price, and you get a lot um for for it for a very decent price. And so I definitely say that this is definitely um a product that's worth to buy, and especially of course it's a limited edition. It's available in one place, and for the price, it's definitely worth it. Alright, so that's gonna go ahead and conclude it. Thank you guys for joining me on this on my first ever unboxing, and also the return of doing reviews. We're finally doing reviews on the channel. I hope you guys enjoyed this review and unboxing. The manufacturer's suggested retail price on this building is $30. Yes, you heard me, $30. You get all this stuff. You get a high quality building. You get a die-cast tow truck. You get LED lights. Um, very convenience of like no wiring, just plugging in, just a plug and play building. You get it all for a very decent price of $30 for getting a building like this, and I definitely say it's definitely worth the price, because it's gonna last a long time, and you're gonna have a lot, and it definitely is a great addition for your layout. So once again, thank you guys for joining me on this unboxing and review of the Menards Gold Line Collection Dave's Garage. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video. See you guys later.